I'm taking a video. Alright, let's go down to the shirts. Yeah, we go. Kylie, where are you running to? So playful. Kylie! See ya! Hello, my name is Lena. The material I'll be needing for this tutorial is your pattern paper. I'm using an old calendar, so you don't need anything fancy. Just get a paper. Even a paper that has a drawing on it is fine. You need your tape measure, your measuring tape. You need a ruler. You need your scissors to cut out your pattern. You also need your pen to draft your pattern. The most important material you will need is your already tailored shirt. What should be left on the shirt is the insert your button and also the collar, the shirt collar. So you fold your shirt into just like you can see, just as you can see. Ensure that the edges are well placed. You can use a pin just to hold them together. You take your tape measure. My tape measure at the first inch, it's not equal to the rest of the inches. My daughter has been playing with my tape like non-stop. So you place it on the center back all the way to the center front. So you need your center back to the center front. I will be taking my button stand measurement separately, which is 1 inch, because of the curve. While drafting the pattern, you see the reason why we're separating the button stand measurement from the rest of the neck measurement. So you take that measurement, then you write down the required measurement. Ensure that you take the correct measurement. You can just go through and hold and hold and hold until you get like the correct measurement. So the measurement we will need for this tutorial is your neck measurement, which we have already taken. You need your collar for your collar stand and collar gap. Now for my neck measurement, that's the one I made for my son, is 8 inches plus 1 inch, that's 9 inches. I separated the 1 inch, you see why later. Then you take your collar stand. The standard collar stand is 1 inch. So I'll be using 1 inch. Why for the collar fall, I'm using 1.5 inches. You can use 2 inches depending on the design you're going for. Why the gap, I'm using 1/2 inch to separate the collar from the collar fall from the collar stand, just to give that curvy look. So here you can see I've already done just for this tutorial. I did like a quick collar, shirt collar, just to show you that's the fall. So that's the stand. I have like a different design in mind, so I'll be drafting based on my design because I'll be using that to make an actual shirt collar. Right now, get your materials ready. So we'll start by taking the neck measurement, that is the 8 inch minus the 1 inch for the collar stand. I will be using my ruler and my measuring tape to write down my measurements. So before taking your measurements, ensure that you have your pattern paper in folded like equally. Right now my pattern is not equally folded. Thank God I checked. So you fold your pattern equally so you can cut your pattern on your fabric in full. I like to create structure on my pattern before I draft any pattern. So I'll roll a straight line just to create that structure so I can draft on it. Now we are going to mark the neck measurement. That is the 8 inches. You just hold on to the 1 inch for the band, for the button band. So the next step is to add up your collar stand, your collar fold, and the gap, which mine is 3 inches. So you go ahead and label your pattern. The center front, that's F, and the center back, that's B. We are going to square up the added measurement, that is the collar stand plus the collar fold plus the gap, that's 3 inches. So depending on your measurement, you square up from the center front upwards 3 inches, just as you can see. All right, place your ruler on the center back and mark out the 3 inches so you can square it out, meeting the center front. So now join the line. I like to give guidelines. I don't want to make a crooked straight line. So just connect the point to give you a rectangle. Yeah, like so. So I like to label my patterns. You can do the same, 8 inches and 3 inches, so you know what you've already done. So I missed a step. I marked out my 1 inch collar stand on the center back. We'll also do the same for the center front, but before we do that, we'll have to get 3/4 of the 8 inches. So I'm not going to do the calculation because I really suck at math. So I've already done that. I just wrote it down, which is 6 inches. So you mark out your 6 inches, measuring, placing your tape or your ruler from the center back to the center front. So you place your tape or your ruler from the center back and you mark out your 6 inches like so. So you can, yeah. I don't know, I take so much time to ensure that I'm actually getting it right. Okay, so you do same thing. You know, I so much like guidelines. So you connect the line, Yeah, I have to make it darker. So now you can go ahead to measure your collar stand 1 inch on the center front, as you can see. Then you connect the line. Yeah, here we go. So I have to do a pre-record. That's why I'm really slow. My daughter was like in the background making noise, like serious noise, so I had to like do a pre-record, so it's kind of slow. So right now you're going to measure your 1 inch button band from the front, the center front. You mark also the 1 inch up, then you connect and roll a line, and also roll a line up just to connect the 1 inch to the rest of the draft. So we need to make the curve. There's, every color, not every color, the basic color has the curve. The shirt has a curve, so we're going to create our curve. But before we create our curves, we need like a guidelines also to create our curves. So I'm going to go up 1/4 inch. You can see my tape. I'm going up 1/4. Yeah, I'm trying to move my camera closer so you can have a clear view. Then I connect from the 3/4 to the 1/4 on the button band. As you can see, you just connect the point together. Yeah, that creates the curves. I'm using a freehand. I like to use freehand most of my pattern making, so just to give this artistic look. So now the pattern I'm creating, the neck color I'm creating, is quite different from the basic block shirt color. So you can go 2 ways. You can either move it forward or you move it backwards. So we'll be marking out some guidelines to ensure that our curve is well curved. So right now we'll be marking out the 1/4 on top of the collar stand, as you can see. Yeah, we'll also mark out 1/4 on the bottom of the collar stand where we've already created this slant, so we can connect our curve. If you cannot do a free hand curve, you can get a French curve or a hip curve. So like you can see now, I have to like make so many attempts to get the appropriate curve or the curve I want. So it depends on your design. There are different
the different colors you see around. People don't like do the normal shirt color, so it depends on the design you want, the different colors. So you can do whatever color you want. So I want to use this opportunity to say you should subscribe, comment, like for more tutorials. I'll be sharing more of my sewing tutorials rather than posting on my blog. I'll be sharing more video tutorials. So like and comment. Right now, I was trying to explain the other color I did for my son, because I did 2 colors simultaneously. So 2 colors, different designs. So I'll show you like a brief design I did for my son. I'm going to back out a guideline of 3/4 inches just to show the points, just for the collar for how the distance between the collar for on the collar stand. So I'm trying to like place a guideline, mark out a guideline. So the colors, like you can see in the picture, this particular one, I'm trying to like show you how I designed it there, though I did that before I made this collar shirt. So I went out on the top of the collar for 3 inches. So right now we'll be making this one, this white collar shirt. We'll be making this white collar shirt. So I've cancelled out the line and I marked this. Yes, so I giving a guideline of 3/4 inch on the collar 4. On the extended collar 4, that's on the collar band, so you know they will meet a bit. So I'm going to also give a guideline up 1/2 inch and connect to the 3/4 point, just as you can see. So I did 2 collar designs. The collar 4 was a little bit, the collar stand was a little bit wider, while for the other print, the collar 4 was really close to the collar stand. So here you go. So it varies, it depends on the design you're going for. This is not the basic block collar, shirt collar block. So I might do a basic shirt collar block, but I think this explanation would also help to create a basic collar block. So I just want to like define my lines. So the next step right now is to give our gap. This is a 2-piece collar shirt, so we have to create that gap of 1/2 inch separating the collar from the collar stand. So I'm going to be marking out my 1 inch. Don't forget that I marked out 3 inches, adding up my collar 4, my collar stand, and my gap. So I'm going to remove that 1/2 inch I added. So I'm going to mark it out. And you can decide to roll all the way to the collar 4 and collar stand connection. That's on the front and center front. You can decide to roll all the way and make it like a slight curve. Yeah, like so. Or you can stop at the 3/4. I've seen most designs or most patterns stop at the at the 3/4. But what works for me is to go all the way to where the point where the collar stand and the collar form meet. So I did like a little curve, I just moved like, so it looks like more like a curve rather than a straight line. So you can do the same, or you can just do a straight line, but I think I prefer to like make it a bit curvier. So since I'm not using a French curve, I am going to be curving it with my hand. So you can also check, I'm going to put a link to my blog post on this in the description below, so you can, if you don't really understand the video, you can go there and see a step-by-step picture tutorial on the second shirt pattern. So right now I want to label my shirt, my two-piece shirt collar. So here we go. I will be cutting out my pattern. So yeah, you go ahead and cut out your pattern. Yeah. See? So here I did like an extra, this is like showing you that you can create a curve with your shirt collar, your two-piece shirt collar. You can also create like a curve with it. My is not necessary, because most of the collars I've done, I didn't see any reason to slash and spread because they fit perfectly. The one I did slash and spread had this fall at the back, made the collars saggy a bit at the back. So I'm trying to label the collar so I don't mix them up. So right now I am going to create out my the slash mark. So I am marking out like 1.5 inch three times and roll down, just as you can see. So you can pause the video, you can look at it and do same thing as if you want, but I feel this was really not necessary because it just makes the colors just fall at the back, which I think maybe for a female shirt you might prefer that, but I don't think. Or if you think the shirt is tight, you can do same thing.
So right now I am cutting all the way to the edge, just a little close, very close to the edge. I'm trying to be careful here so I don't cut all the way. So as you can see, I spread it. So this is just mainly for this is just an extra. Like, I didn't use this method for the two colors I made, the two shirt colors I made. So yeah, so you just spread like so. So right now I'm gonna fold another pattern paper. So if you want to cut out, you also make that fold on the your main pattern paper. So you know, you have to place it. I don't think I did right in here. You have to place it on the edge of the pattern. You can't just draw because it's in fold. So what I did here was not the right thing. I just wanted to do like a quick show you like a quick stuff on what to do. So now, yeah, as you can see, doing the main thing that you're supposed to do. So you spread out. You can use a pin or a tape to hold them together. Yeah, so this is the like right thing you're supposed to do, depending on how, maybe like 1/4 inch space, maybe 1/8. Yeah, so you can like go see, yeah, something like that, and you connect all the slash lines. So probably if you want to do like a pleated collar, a pleated shirt collar, it's okay, but no, I'm not using that. So you do the same for the collar stand. You tape down, you spread, yeah, as you can see. Okay. All right, good girl. My daughter, she's here again, like trying to disrupt my voice record. So right now I can't do anything. I'm just stuck with her, like seriously. So I can't really tell her to leave. Then I'll make her cry. So she has to be here with me. So I like to spread my pattern, my two-piece shirt pattern, on my fabric before cutting. So you pin down to ensure that it stays. Then you cut. So I am leaving a 1/2 inch sewing allowance. I left that just to have enough room to sew. So that is it, yeah. So you can leave whatever sewing allowance you feel it's enough for you to sew out. Ensure that you sew them out. So you can iron, like press the down part of the, like you can see, yeah, you can press this. I'm just trying to show you that you can press this down, which will make your sewing very easy in attaching it to the shirt. So, and you can use a stay to make your shirt very thick. So right now we're going to be sewing up on the collar for, like where the pointers are. We're going to sew round all the way. So like I'm sewing so we're going to sew around all the way up. So I used a wrong needle to sew this. I used the wrong needle. So what you're gonna do, you're gonna sew the fold like I showed you, and you're gonna sew on it just to give that hold look, so you can see up. Mama. I'm going to iron after this. I'm going to iron after this. So I'm knotting my collar, the center of my collar fold. I'm also going to do both sides of my collar stand. I'm going to ensure that they are equally placed. Then you knot both sides, the up side and the down side. See, you knot up and you knot down. It's just a guide to place your collar well. So I've done that on the pattern paper, but I feel it's just, since I am going to be leaving the sewing allowance, it's not going to really appear on my
fabric. So now you just connect both sides. You place your collar stand first, then you put the collar fall inside, and you place the collar stand on top of it. Yes, see, put the knotted part together, and I'm trying to adjust my camera so you can see properly. So yes, you now sew all the way, sewing your half an inch you left. So here you go. I have pinned and I have sewed all the way, just like that. So you can pause the video, like I said, and look at it very well. So don't forget, I didn't use a stay, a hat stay, or whatever stay, because it's just a boy shirt. So you're gonna peel a part of the collar stand, that is the part you didn't iron. You're gonna pin all the way to your button band. So just in case there's a space, you did not use all your allowance, it's going to show when you get to the button band, so you can just pull it out and sew out your allowance. So just like this, you're going to sew that way. Yes, so you're going to sew that way. Like, see, I have done so, like I have sewed my, yeah, see, I've done so, and I have trimmed also. So now where the ironing is important, like the previous one where I showed you could iron just to make your sewing easy. So mine, I did not iron that. So I'm going to do my ironing just after my sewing. So you're going to tuck in the edges into the shirt, like inside the shirt, so it's not be visible. So you're gonna tuck in, yeah, see, you're gonna tuck in and you pin all the way around just to hold it. I love to pin my fabric. It just gives me that hold rather than fold and sew, fold and sew. It takes time to fold and sew. So now, yeah, see, I have done my pinning. Then I'm going to sew on the edge, which I have done, see, just like perfect. So I'm still using the wrong needle. I'm going to get a new needle. So here you go. You fix your button, you fix your button holes, you fix your button, and it's like a breeze, a perfect shirt. So see, don't forget to comment, like, subscribe. Please comment, like, subscribe. I'll be doing more tutorials and